If you have been struggling with achieving your desired skin tone, that's a fair skin tone, let's say 2 to 3 shades, please, this formula is for you. This particular lotion is for you. Hello everyone, beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon and evening, depending on the time you are watching this video. Okay, so let's get started. Please put your eye on the screen. I'll be dropping the ingredients on the screen. As I drop. For those that always watch videos, why producing theirs, okay, so you'll be watching and be following accordingly. Now I've measured in my e-wax means emulsifying wax. There are so many emulsifying wax in the market, there are so many of them, and I've added my city alcohol. Okay, I'm not using stearic acid here because if I've added stearic acid, this cream will become too thick. Okay, this is my formulation, so I've formulated it in a such a way that I will not use stearic acid and I'll still get the consistency I want. All right, so your carrier oil can be any oil. It can be coconut oil, it can be sunflower oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, carrot oil, but make sure you are using an oil that is non-comedogenic. Okay, depending on, because you don't know, except you're the one using it and you know your skin type. If not, use or choose a non-comedogenic oil. Now I'm converting the percentage to gram. That's what I'm actually doing. Okay, so I'm going to measure out the total amount of water needed for this production. This is one. Then I'm going to measure another one, which I will use to dissolve or pre-dissolve my actives. Okay, I have some actives that are water soluble, so I'm going to measure out water for that. So I'll measure in my allantoin. Please put your eye on the screen. Like I said, your eye should be on the screen for the quantities. Okay, this is my allantoin. Allantoin is an anti-irritant. Okay, I'll measure out my, add in my EDTA. EDTA is a chelating agent. There are so many chelating agents you can use. There are so many of them. Okay, if I start explaining each of these ingredients, this video is going to be long and I don't want it to be, so I quickly state that. Then this is my propylene glycol, which is a penetration enhancer. There are so many penetration enhancer you can use. If you know your formulation skill very well, okay, you can select, you can substitute. All right, so this is my oil, part of the oil needed for this production. Okay, I'm dissolving my kojic dip in it. You know, kojic dip is oil soluble, so I've dissolved that into a light oil, then I'll go preheat it. Now this is my water soluble actives. Okay, remember the other water I measured out for my actives. Now I'm adding in my active. I've added gigabyte. I will state that, then allow it to, you know, dissolve very well before adding another one. These actives are not cheap, but they're worth it if you can get the grade A of them. All right, so I'm going to put that in a double boiler for them to dissolve very well. Now this is my oil phase and my water phase. That's my oil ingredients and the water phase ingredients. Okay, I'm going to combine the two together. I checked the temperature, it's 65 degrees Celsius or thereabout. Okay, but make sure that it's not below 45 degrees, because if they are 45 degrees Celsius and you combine them, they're going to solidify. You have to go and start heating it up again. Okay, so make sure that they are hot. Okay, they are hot. Just let me use that word, hot. Okay, if you don't have a digital thermometer, you can just heat them up to be hot, then you combine both. Then I'll keep mixing until they cool down. All right, I'll keep mixing. No, this lotion, I made it without a mixer, a hand mixer or a stick blender. All right, I just use my spatula. Okay, now I've checked the pH, the temperature, it's reduced to 40 something. I'm going to check it again using this pH meter. Okay, this pH meter reads pH and also temperature. That's one thing I like about this particular pH. It reads pH meter and temperature, and it's available for sale. We have them available for sale. Okay, so I am adding in my actives. Okay, because the lotion has cooled down to 40 something degrees, which is okay for me to add my actives. Okay, remember my actives, I use alpha arbutin, gigabyte, kojic dip. Okay, so I make sure that I scraped out every part of the active because I have already measured them out. So I'm going to mix it gently. Since I'm not using a stick blender, I'm going to mix gently at intervals, like every 3 minutes, to avoid it having lump. Okay, if you are making this and you allow you to get to 5-10 minutes before you come and stir, trust me, there's going to form a lump. A lump is going to be formed, and you will not have the electric mixer or hand blender to use to mix it up to help break down the lumps. Okay, so that's why you should be stirring it every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes, every 2 minutes. Okay, for you to have a homogeneous mix or blend. All right, I'm going to check the pH to know if the pH is suitable for the actives I've added and my preservative. Okay, each of the actives have pH that they work best at. Okay, the gigabytes have a pH it works best at, the alpha arbutin also, and the kojic dip. All right, so we make sure that the pH or your actives are compatible with the pH you have achieved. Okay, so that is why you should learn this formulation, know when to adjust your pH, know when to increase your pH, know the pH of each of the ingredients you are using. Okay, I've added my kojic dip. I'll mix it. Then I checked the pH. I saw that I need to adjust it, so I adjusted it with lactic acid. Okay, depending on the pH you got, determine what you use to adjust it. You can increase it if it's acidic, you can reduce it if it's alkaline. Okay, so I make sure that I achieved 5.26. okay, pH 5.26. so I kept on checking the pH, kept on adjusting until I achieved the right pH I am supposed to work with. Okay, so but I ended up with 5.26 or so, 5.26 or thereabout. All right, so this is it. You're going to mix it. If you don't have the exact active ingredient I used here, you can substitute. Okay, know the active ingredients that are that you can substitute with each of them. If you don't know, please comment in the comment section. I'm going to help you and tell you the active ingredients you're going to use instead of this or that. Okay, so I'm going to check the pH again using the pH paper. There are so many pH tools in the market. There are so many pH papers in the market, about six types of pH paper. Okay, and each of them, they give close reading, but this particular one I use right now gives close reading to the pH meter. All right, I check the pH using 3 different pH tools, and I stick to the one that pH meter gave me. So I added my cool down face ingredients, which is the vitamin E, Jama Plus, and fragrance. Okay, if you learn formulation, there is nothing you cannot formulate. There's no product you cannot make, you cannot formulate. There's no product that you read its ingredients that you cannot produce. So after mixing, I'll package, label, and sell. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in my next video. Always be safe wherever you are. Please contact the number you're seeing on the screen for further details on our physical and online training.